I want to do a series talking about Elder Scrolls 6 and also compare it to Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim. Now, how is something like this going to be possible, right? Is Elder Scrolls 6 going to be able to compare to Skyrim? Now, and it comes down to graphics and gameplay and build. Obviously, it's going to kick Skyrim's ass. Skyrim's going to be, what? Like a game they made 3 times ago. Like, you know, like a game they made, like... It's at least four catalogs back. It's old tech. They've already made Starfield, Fallout, and then they made Skyrim. You know, by the time this game comes out, it's going to be so much more advanced than Skyrim. But will it live as long? Like, the problem with making the best product you can ever make is that it kind of winches you into a spot to where you're never ever going to make anything better ever again. And everything that you do make is going to be compared to what they considered perfect. I mean, like I said, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to just smash Elder Scrolls 5 out of the looks department and the gameplay department, hopefully, with new features, relationships, graphics, immersion, all that sort of things. But again, is it going to stand up against a game that's 12 years old? I don't know, man, because it's really hard to think about that, because its modding scene has had so much life that it's almost impossible for this game to be even beat by the next Elder Scrolls game. I'm sure it will over time, but as we've seen with Fallout and Starfield, many players keep coming back to these games, especially Skyrim. I mean, 12 years old and I'm still here overlooking Solitude, and then I'm still surprised when I go and visit it in Elder Scrolls Online. It's hard to think about that I could become one of these like Skyrim players that I'm still making Skyrim videos into my 40s. I'm like the dudes you see making videos for Morrowind still. They were teenagers when that game came out. They've been playing it ever since. They're in love with the game. They can't put it down. And I might be one of those dudes that's still playing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim 5 or 6 years after the Elder Scrolls 6. And that kind of freaks me out. It's like, man, I really hope that this next game is perfect. But will it be able to compare, you know? Like, if they do like, the same thing like they always do, they just add a new land, a new story, I don't think it will. I mean, that's fine and all if your games come out every 3 years from each other, but it's not when you've left your game sit for more than, at the moment, 12 plus years, and if it takes another 6 more years to make, 18 years to go from Elder Scrolls Skyrim to Elder Scrolls 6. That's a really hard thing to compete against. I mean, if they make, say, Hammerfell, boom, drop the game. I don't think it will stand a chance. I think for the console players and for everyone that's new, we'll absolutely jump into it, discover the lore, the new threat to Tamriel and all that sort of good stuff, but I think we'd come back to Skyrim with the modding capabilities that we've got and just stay here. Like, it's kind of weird to think right now, overlooking the Arch of Solitude, that there's a future to Elder Scrolls that none of us know about yet. But I'll probably be watching this video back then, if I'm still alive. And think, holy shit, here I am right now, and you know, and my character isn't even born yet, and they're fighting whatever monstrosities they're fighting in the future of Tamriel. I mean, it's kind of awesome to think about. But I just hope it can compare, man. I hope that it blows people out of Skyrim, including myself. I mean, Skyrim has had 12 years of modding. It's pretty much perfect. It's at the point to where Skyrim has literally become porn. And yes, if you can think about it, it's being created just like porn. The thing is that there's also porn mods, multiple of them. It's like, and we're not even at the max yet. We're not even at the max of Skyrim modding. And let me just tell you why. Because we've got mods like Sky Oblivion that will remake Oblivion in Skyrim's image. So instead of having everyone look like a fucking potato, you'll have everyone look like a better looking potato. Sky Oblivion's going to be a complete remake by modders, by fans of the Elder Scrolls series, and remaking the game Oblivion completely from the ground up. And that's going to steal my years away, because Oblivion is my favourite game. It's my first Elder Scrolls game, and it's more nostalgia. You know, I play Imperial characters. I love the feel of Cyrodiil. It's like the sort of place is my home when it comes to the Elder Scrolls universe. And, well, that sort of good stuff. But then you've got bigger mods. Oh, sorry, I did forget to mention Skywind, and obviously people that are playing Morrowind now to this day, that were teenagers when they first played Morrowind might even jump into it and check it out. But of course, they might not, because their modded games might have like 600 to 800 mods that they just feel comfortable in, and they can never jump into a raw sort of, even if it's updated to look pretty, I'm not even sure, it'd take us some time to even roll over to Skyrim to play Morrowind in Skyrim. But that's not the top of Skyrim modding's max yet. We're not there. We're really not there. The one mod, let me just jump up here, it looks pretty. Oh shit. The one mod that will really blow Skyrim out of the water when it comes to Skyrim's modding future, the absolute pinnacle of Skyrim modding, is mods like Beyond Skyrim, where they add entirely new lands. And I mean, they restore and return the lands of Elder Scrolls, well, they return the lands of Tamriel. That's the words I'm trying to find. You know, you get to go back to Cyrodiil, you'll be able to go to Blackmarsh, Valenwood, the home of the Wood Elves, Blackmarsh, more Argonia, the home of those lizardy looking moisty bastards, Hammerfell, the home of the Red Guards, they even got bonus places like Altmora, which is the ancestral home of the Nords, which is frozen over. This is where the Nords came from. It's pretty much that way, a few weeks sail. And then there's an island in between that called Roscaria. And that's another Nordic island that doesn't follow Skyrim's rules. And there's some lore about it, I'm pretty sure. Which is, it's a bit of a weird place. I think the Nords there are a little bit taller because they come from the 300 companions that settled the place. But everywhere in Tamriel will be accessible. You know, I dare say it'd probably take another 10 more years for them all to come out, or longer. But the only place that hasn't been put into the Elder Scrolls Beyond Skyrim projects yet would have to be Somerset Isles, or it's known by now in the current lore by the High Elves, Alanor. But Somerset Isles sounds a lot better. I'd give it 10 more years, man. Like, you don't even need 10 more years. You just need to wait for Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil to come out, and you've just hit the pinnacle of Skyrim modding 100%. The ability to leave Skyrim and go into a landmass that is bigger than Skyrim, filled full of brand new stories, doesn't even matter if they're canon or not. We'll all consider them canon. Like, hopefully, we're all hoping that Bethesda does too. Like, we all want Bethesda to go, oi Bethesda, put in a nod to this storyline from Beyond Skyrim, but they most likely won't. But hopefully with this new Creation Club sort of stuff, they can put their mod up on the site, but make it free, which is not just that, which kind of gives it access to console users without hitting their mod limit, because it becomes an official mod, but that it becomes official canon, because everything that's accepted to Beyond Skyrim, on the Creation mod page, everything there is considered canon, which would be amazing for the future of Elder Scrolls, because we don't know when the next Elder Scrolls is going to take place. I mean, it's pretty much Shira-Gurath right now. It's unknown, it's unpredictable. You know, Morrowind to Oblivion was 30 years, and Oblivion to Skyrim was 200 years. So you don't know. And Bethesda's referenced that they will definitely, they definitely will be taking into account the whole Dominion and Empire conflict. Will we be in a game where we see that take place, where we're able to decide the future of Tamriel? Or will we enter a time zone where one of them's won? You know, the war is now the past. I don't know. Maybe. It'd be very interesting to see kind of Tamriel, the Imperial City, run by the elves again. How whack would that be? You know, for every Elder Scrolls game we know, the Empire has always ruled over Tamriel. But, I'm not going to discuss the future of Elder Scrolls 6, because again, I want a couple more years before then. Oh man, look how many slaughterfish are in there. Have I got any magical boom booms? Ah, well, I can swim faster. Oh, not bears. That's a jump scare waiting to happen. Pricks. Oh, this is where I did that vampire story. Fire's still lit. Now, there's like, yeah, so Beyond Skyrim, that is probably going to be the pinnacle of any sort of modding. You've got mods, big mods out there like Enderal, which are complete remakes not remakes. It's pretty much an entirely new universe made in the Bethesda game. It's pretty much like Obsidian, like they wanted to make like spin-offs to Elder Scrolls games and Fallout games. Bethesda said no, and so the modding team was like, let's make a spin-off, but completely and utterly different. And so they made their entirely new fantasy universe based off Skyrim's tools, and their races, and they just made their own stuff, which is pretty cool. But, like I said, man, we're not going to have the pinnacle of Skyrim modding until another 3 or 4 years away, until Beyond Skyrim is completed. Now, it's not even going to be completed, like I said. I'm just thinking of Cyrodiil on its own. You've got mods like the Two Kingdoms, which is High Rock and Hammerfell. You know, they're doing like that one mod is doing those two countries together, along with wherever like the Orzum is going to be, which is the Orcs' home city. I'm dying here, my throat's clogging up. But like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's just enough to have Cyrodiil. I mean, that will blow me away. I'll spend, like, I can imagine myself when that mod comes out, not coming back to Skyrim for more than 6 months. Like, just coming back here, walking down this road and thinking, holy shit, I kind of miss this land. Even though, I've been here for 12 years. I'll be in Cyrodiil, man. And, like, this is kind of the reason I'm doing these stories on YouTube, is because I want to get all these stories done, right, and just exhaust what I can out of Skyrim, and then put my characters to kind of rest mode, to where it's like they reawaken 2 years later, you know? Where, say, I imagine Centaurus, my Imperial, just at his home with the kids and his wife, you know, after all the shit's hit the fan, it's all calm now, he's living his life, and the gates of Cyrodiil reopen, you know? A new problem arises and he's drawn back into the conflict with my other characters. And it just, there's so much there for Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil on its own. Like, Agonia or Blackmarsh is full steam ahead, man. Like, they've got people there that have done a lot of work really quickly. And Blackmarsh was the newest until Valenwood basically put his hand in the Beyond Skyrim project. Like, it's crazy to think, man, how big these mods are going to be. And they're going to be big in the game. I mean, these aren't just mods, these are games mods. These are game mods. These are massive. And these things are definitely going to hold back the potential of Elder Scrolls 6. Because I do believe that Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil will be out before Elder Scrolls 6. And even if it was, man, you know what? If basically Bethesda said, you know, here's the trailer for Elder Scrolls 6, comes out 2027, 2026, let's say 2028. That's a more realistic sort of thing. Man, wipe it again. You jump scare if I didn't hear him. You know, like, say Bethesda says Elder Scrolls 6 comes out 2028 and they show off a trailer and I'm fanboying. I've got foam coming out of my mouth. You know, I'm just like, I'm looking at my screen and my eyes have just fucked off somewhere else. Like, you know, like, I've got lazy eyes, so my left eye's just buggered off to some way, my right eye's glued to the screen, I'm not even blinking. So, like, and then the next day, Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil goes, mod releasing a month, or 2 months before the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. Boom! I'm even more excited. I'm just, boom, I'm right there, man. Like, I've just lost all excitement for the Elder Scrolls 6. Like, I don't care anymore. And I'm still playing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Beyond Skyrim, Cyrodiil for probably a year. And I've definitely jumped into Elder Scrolls 6 because it's there. But I'm only playing it because it's there. You know, but I'm fully focused 100% into playing Elder Scrolls Skyrim's Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil. And I mean, that's what I mean, man. Even if they release that 2 months before the game come out, I would definitely jump in there and play the fuck out of Oblivion until I felt bored enough to where I'd return and start playing Skyrim again. I mean, those mods are going to change Skyrim forever. Like, Skyrim's perfect. I mean, anyone can get their proper, like, their imagination into the game. The kind of playstyle they want. Mine's perfect. And I imagine there's plenty of other people out there that have a perfect modded Skyrim. But that's not going to change, man. It's all going to change when we're able to... More bears. it's all gonna change when... Are these the same bears from, like, the cave, dude? That's crazy, they chased me all the way down. It's just kind of crazy to think that, like, we're not even at Skyrim's peak yet. That we'll be able to go to completely new lands that are bigger than Skyrim, twice the size, mate. No, I wouldn't say twice the size, but... And just walk through cities and towns that are made by modders. You know, like, I imagine myself right now walking through the golden grass of the Gold Coast in the Anvil area of Cyrodiil, which is southwest coast of Cyrodiil, and just being there for months, man, like, not even coming back to Skyrim. It's just crazy to think for me that that's what's going to happen. That I'm going to be like in an entirely different province in Tamriel in the game Elder Scrolls Skyrim and not come back to Skyrim for a very, very long time unless the quest sends me here. Like, I want to exhaust Skyrim. I want to do all its quests, tell all the stories for multiple different characters, and then jump into an entirely new game set in Skyrim and go to a different country. I don't know, man, where this video was going, but this is just my thoughts on, it's like, you know, is Elder Scrolls 6 going to be able to compete with Skyrim? And I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, straight up, yes, it will, obviously, but will its longevity be able to stand the test of time against Skyrim? It will take probably a couple of years for it to really steam off, but I believe it will, obviously, if Bethesda doesn't change too much about what makes them Bethesda. If they do, they will falter. Hopefully not, though. Anyway, I've probably ranted on for way too long in this video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you've got the same sort of thoughts, let me know in the comments, because again, you know, community thoughts is kind of the reason I do these videos, is to see what you guys think and what I think, and see if there's a middle ground, or if I'm completely and utterly wrong. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Catch you guys later. Have a good one.